Guys, so today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be showing you guys 5 cards that are absolutely skyrocketing every single day and giving a little bit of analysis on whether I think they are still going to continue their trend or whether I think that trend is kind of done and you guys should not buy. Definitely very interesting stuff going on right now with free agency in basketball. I'm sure you guys are very aware, certain free agents who are joining certain teams are really just skyrocketing in price. It's been kind of crazy to see the price changes in just a matter of a day as players join teams. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership group where I basically every single week I show you guys 10 cards I believe will go up, some cards I believe will go down, and then 3 long-term underground NBA investments. Now, just 2 weeks ago, we were buying these Ja Morant Select Courtside PSA 10s for just under $700. In a matter of 2 weeks, this card is $1,500, making us more than 2 times our money. This is one of our very good investments over the past few weeks, past few months. We've been absolutely killing it with our team's research. We've been able to spot trends with Facebook groups and everything and find out, right before our card's going to increase in value. We've been able to predict it very well, very consistently, and therefore we've been making a lot of money for our members. As you guys can see, I predicted this card on November 1st. On October 30th, one had sold for $695. In a matter of 2 weeks, this was a $1,500 card. So if you guys would like to join in on the profit, go ahead and click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. We do have a Black Friday sale going on until next Friday. So if you would like to join, now is the time to join because you can get 20% off with code Black Friday. So yeah, definitely a great time. A lot of money to be made this winter. So join if you would like to. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card we have that is absolutely skyrocketing right now is we have Karl-Anthony Towns Prism Rookie PSA 10. So obviously, all of these have been increasing. I'm just looking at PSA 10 for simplicity purposes, just because it's a lot easier to tell the real price of it. So most recently, they've been selling for roughly $360 to $450. I know most of the sales, at least on Facebook groups, have been around $380 to $400. But this card has just, ever since Anthony Edwards has been drafted, this card has been on an absolute tear. I remember seeing these around 2 weeks ago for roughly $275. They've just been consistently plucking away and going up. This was a $330 card before the NBA draft, right before the NBA draft. And as soon as the draft happened, Anthony Edwards came to the Timberwolves, which definitely is going to help stimulate this Timberwolves growth. Obviously D'Angelo Russell, now Anthony Edwards, and Karl-Anthony Towns could be a very good trio in the future. So I definitely think, there's still money to be made with Karl-Anthony Towns. I do think with this current prices, it's a little bit more risky because, Karl-Anthony Towns, let's be real, he has not been the most consistent player since he was drafted. Obviously, he was a number 1 pick. Now they have a number 1 pick in Towns, they have a number 2 pick in D'Angelo Russell, and they have a number 1 pick in Anthony Edwards. So who knows? The Timberwolves could be very scary, but I would personally stray away from this card on the sole fact that the West is way too crowded. There's so many competitive teams in the West. Basically, every team in the West is competitive, aside from a few. But, really, I just don't see the Timberwolves really going over the hump and making the playoffs. It takes a lot to make the playoffs in the Western Conference nowadays. On that sole reason, I'm probably not going to be investing in Karl-Anthony Towns myself, but it's definitely been quite good to see his little ramp up in prices. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, which is Montrezl Harrell. And his Prism Rookie has been going up ever since the news was broken that he joined the Los Angeles Lakers. Currently, these are roughly $35, ranging from $25 to $35. Just 2 weeks ago, this was literally a $10 card. Obviously the Clippers had a little bit of a breakdown last year. As you guys can see, so many are selling right now. Ever since the news broke, Lakers fans especially, they've had the craziest sort of free agent jumps in prices. Sorry about that. But Dennis Schroeder is what I meant. Dennis Schroeder was a normal guy, very super cheap Prism rookie, and as soon as the news broke that he joined the Lakers, his prices just jumped in value, and obviously we're seeing a little bit similar with Montrezl Harrell, almost triple in price. This was around a month ago. This was an $8 to $10 card, $5 to $10 card even, and right now they're up to around $30, which is definitely a huge increase. Lakers fans are going crazy buying their new acquisition, so that's definitely very cool to see. And then we do have another guy who's absolutely skyrocketing by the name of Kelly Oubre. So Kelly Oubre obviously had a very good season with the Suns last year, averaged nearly 18 points a game, and recently news broke out that he joined the Warriors, and obviously Klay Thompson is out for the season, sadly, so, there's a lot of room that needs to be filled in Golden State, and Kelly Oubre was their first acquisition, to really fill that gap for Klay Thompson, so obviously Kelly Oubre is going to need to really step it up if the Warriors want to really compete in the Western Conference next year, and, I don't doubt that he will. Kelly Oubre has definitely improved every single year, and that's definitely something I really look for in a young player, and Kelly Oubre's, obviously his improvement has just shown me a lot, and really makes me want to invest in his cards. However, his prices are quite high right now. To be honest, I personally would not pay, $80 for a Kelly Oubre rookie card, probably not even $40 for a base, but if you can get a silver for under $80, I would say it's a quite good deal. But at the same time, Kelly Oubre really has to step it up this year, and I think as the year goes on, his prices will settle a little bit unless he really comes out jumping. A lot of times, especially this year where the season's starting in just like a month from today, as I'm recording this, so they don't have too much time to gel together, Steph and Kelly Oubre and Wiggins, so I predict that the first few months will be kind of slow getting to know each other, obviously all that. So on that basis, I will probably wait to invest in Kelly Oubre because I believe his prices will settle a little bit right after everyone, makes a big move and goes to the Warriors. Their prices goes up. Their price goes up so much, and then it kind of settles down. So I would wait off a little bit on Kelly Oubre right now, but it's definitely crazy to see the incredible price increase he had on his cards. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is Deandre Ayton. And ever since the Chris Paul acquisition in Phoenix, Deandre Ayton's cards have been on an absolute tear. As you guys can see, I was personally recommending these to my membership group at around $100 to $120 last month. As you guys can see, they were around $110 to $120. I was telling everyone to stack up on Ayton because Booker and Ayton, are just developing super fast together. They went from 2 years ago when they were basically the second worst team in the Western Conference, and last year they nearly made a run for the playoffs. They went 8-0 in the bubble. They stunned everyone. They, obviously had big games. Ayton was playing very well, and now Ayton has Chris Paul, who will be feeding him the ball. So that's definitely, something I'm really looking forward to watching. And I think Booker, his improvement in these last 5 years has just been through the wall. He has been taking a huge step in his game every year. Ayton has been improving very fast alongside Booker. So I think Ayton and Booker, along with Chris Paul and all the other guys that they're bringing in, such as Jay Crowder, I really think they could have a good spot in the Western Conference next year. So it's definitely something, I'm looking forward to. Ayton's the number one pick, which proves that he clearly has the talent to be a star in this league. So, I'm looking forward to him taking a big leap in his game this year. I really think he's still a good buy. I don't believe his Prism rookies are a good buy, but I believe his Select and Optic have a little bit more room to grow. So that's what I would personally invest in. And then, obviously, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And ever since Chris Paul got traded, Shai was another guy who really benefited from this, because what's happening right now is obviously the Thunder have lost Danilo Gallinari, they've lost Dennis Schroeder, and now they've lost Chris Paul. So practically, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the guy they're really relying on. And Shai has been, he proved a lot last year. He showed that he's really, up for it. He is a young player who's improved a lot since his rookie season. He had a quite big sophomore season, a big jump. Not many people talked about him when he was a rookie, yet he took that big leap in his game. And that improvement really shows that, you know, he could really be a star in this league one day, and the Thunder are giving him the keys to drive. You know, obviously, he's going to be the main player on the Thunder. He's going to be pretty much the sole focus on the Thunder, so that's definitely going to give him some great numbers. You know, he's going to, whether, you know, the Thunder win or not, Shai is going to have some big games because he's going to be the one shooting a lot of shots. So, at the end of the day, I think Shai is a very undervalued star right now, especially because if we look at just last season, right, you know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Trae Young were the same price. And currently, Shai is around half the price of Trae Young. But his cards are still going up quite a lot, which is definitely very good to see. You know, since that Chris Paul trade, his cards have just been shooting up, shooting up, shooting up. Last 3 days, they've gone from around, on its Prism Silver PSA 10, they've gone from around 1,100 to 1,250 in 2 days, which is some quite good increases. I remember this was a $600 card around a month ago, so his Prism Silver PSA 10 is absolutely on a tear right now, and I still think there's room to grow with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you would like to join the program and make some money with us, go ahead, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code BLACKFRIDAY for 20% off the whole entire website. We just launched our Platinum membership for high-end investors, where we basically give out picks between $1,000 and $10,000. And, you know, obviously, with our proven track record, with our data, we've been absolutely killing it recently. So if you would like to join in on the profit, click the link down below. Without further ado, we're going to close out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And other than that, I'm out. Peace.